All right, guys, that's enough of me browsing. I was getting some stuff ready. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Watercraft Journal. My name is Kevin Shaw. You are tuning into the YouTube channel that we do every Sunday night. We do a live broadcast, live podcast. We take your questions. Typically, if you do a super chat, I'll answer your questions first. Unless it's totally off topic or you're just trying to be annoying, then I'll ignore it because I don't care anymore. All right. Anyway, I'm just having fun. I'm goofing off. Today's topic is going to be a short one. I'm not really thinking about hanging on for a really long one unless we got some really good conversations or we end up going down the rabbit hole of just goofing off and talking fun other stuff. I want to talk about a couple of things before we get into the topic, really. But as far as news, business regarding the magazine, I didn't make any progress on doing any of the scripts that I told you about last week. I just didn't. We had a big article that needed to be done and memorializing Bill Chapin, and that went live on Friday. The memorial service will be held at it's a celebration of life service. There'll be a church funeral service, of course, and but a celebration of life memorial meal will be held at the Chagrew's Seafood Steakhouse in Lake Havasu, right there by London Bridge. I myself had several meals with Bill there. I really like the crab cakes, but yeah. So a lot of people will be gathering to meet with Bill there and or meet to celebrate Bill's life there. And then I did a bunch of video content for the other magazine, and I just didn't get to writing scripts this week. So I need to write scripts for the videos. So unfortunately, I didn't get to it. So meh. I don't know what to say. I'm feeling down on myself because I've had like the same giant to-do list this was last week's to-do list, and you can see all the content. Holy cow, Squiggy. Holy cow, that's a big super chat. Oh my goodness. Squiggy writes, my wife crashed the jet ski. Now there is a hole in the fiberglass. Which repair kit is best? She is still my wife. Squiggy, tell me what kind of ski you have. I know you emailed me. I just don't know off the top of my head. I get 50 emails a week from people asking me tech questions. So comment really quickly what ski you got and how bad the damage is, because it's kind of hard to tell from just a comment. But holy cannoli, that's a big order. All right. I just got a giant order for a fuel tank. Boy, I get more people asking to handle my social media. Squiggy says 310 Ultra. What year? What year? Is it a new one? It doesn't really matter. They're the exact same, and they are fiberglass. The nice thing is that it's the new one. Okay, so it's 2022. Thankfully, those hulls are standard SMC fiberglass. Any boat builder, any fiberglass kit will work. Black gel coat blends beautifully. So of all the skis, of all the skis that are out there, 2022 Ultra 310X. Does no one watch my channel? I didn't know you had a channel. I apologize. No, I did not know you had a channel. And to be honest, I don't watch a lot of jet ski content. I don't. I like Callow's World, which just came out with a new camshaft. I just saw that video. Yeah, I don't watch any other jet ski content. Most people are clowns. I just don't care. But yeah, thankfully, any boat repair place, any fiberglass repair place can handle it. There is nothing. Yeah, there really isn't. Oh, I watched Chris's stuff, but after Chris parked his brand new ski in the middle of the trees, after paying some jackwagon to take him through the Everglades, I don't understand. I would never pay someone to go on a ride. So yeah, anyhow, yeah, in regards to fixing your ski, thankfully your wife damaged the easiest ski to repair. And it's thick, it'll take it. So I mean, hell, you could go to West Marine and buy a fiberglass repair kit and take the materials to a trusted fiberglass guy. Some automotive shops even do fiberglass work. You just have to ask. But if where you live and where you are, I would first I'd reach out to a local club and be like, "Hey guys, this is where I live. You guys are all in the general vicinity. Do you have a boat repair place that you trust? If you come up empty on that, go to a dealership that you like and ask them if they have a boat repair place that they like." Recommendations are always better than going through the yellow pages, which I don't think anyone even has the yellow pages anymore. I just dated myself. You might as well have a wall phone with a long cord. Just totally dated myself. Yeah. Yeah, thank the Lord. I can get 20 feet high on wakes. She looks at it and yeah. Again, thankfully, Kawasaki's are built like freaking World War II battleships. So I've seen repaired hulls do the Mark Hahn. I've seen patched up hulls do incredible stuff because again, it's thick. It's super thick. It's multi-layered. As long as you got a guy that you trust who does decent work, you know, externally, he can blend the black gel coat and no one would know. Internally, you might see big globs and where they've layered and layered and layered and built it up. But as long as it hasn't hurt anything on the inner liner, you're groovy. All right. I hope that answers your question, Squiggy. Got a super chat from Will Olmstead. When is Riva coming out with the dealer software for Yamaha? Cool show. Thank you very much. And I actually have a confirmation date for that video. The Riva Racing Map Tuner X dealer application is going to be made available to the public at midnight on the 12th. So almost exactly a week from now. So like a week and 5 hours. And our video will go live shortly after we do a live podcast because it'll go live at midnight at the same time, along with our article. So the article, the video, and the listing on the Riva Racing page will have everything there for you. It is an application which requires you to first own a Map Tuner X, then you reach out to Riva and you pay for the license for the Map Tuner X, or for the license for the dealer application, and you renew that license every year. But that will be a very good tool for a lot of guys. That's going to really shake up things. That's going to be a big deal. All right. Saint Line, you got a super chat, but anyway, are they safe for skis? Okay, wait a minute. Saint Line, super chat from Saint Line. He writes, this may sound like a crazy question. These boat attachments for PWC's JMC is a brand. The only reason I know about them is from watching YouTube. I don't know what your question is. What's your question? Anyway, are they safe for skis? JMC attachments? PWC? Automotive equipment, auto shop equipment. JMC wave boat. Okay. I presume this is what you're talking about? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Silver Watercraft. That's C. Wow. Silver Watercraft. That's SEALVER. Silver, like a silver. Silver Watercraft advertised with the Watercraft Journal like right during the middle of COVID. And we wanted me to go down to Florida, but it was when Florida did shut down for a couple months. They shut down, like there was not a travel, there was nada. And there was one dealer, one silver dealer in Florida. And I had reached out and we emailed back and forth, and they wanted me to come down to test out a ski, but the skis that I had that I could drag down on a trailer would not work for the platform that they had. And so they kind of were like, crap, we can't really make this one work out. And unfortunately, I feel really bad, but Silver really didn't get much for their dollar when it came to advertising with the Watercraft Journal, the magazine. They didn't advertise on the YouTube channel at all. They advertised on the magazine. And I felt really bad, but we just couldn't generate any content. I couldn't review their products. I couldn't ride anything. I had to take their word for it. And that, as you know, doesn't work. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't really know these guys at JMC Waveboat. It kind of looks identical to the silver boats. Yeah, it's silver right there. Are they selling silver boats? It sure looks like it. So yeah, I'd love to try them out, but I just never got the opportunity. So maybe these are the guys. Maybe JMC is the dealership. Maybe that's them selling silver boats. Okay, yeah, I might be barking up the tree. Yeah, again, I just don't know. I really have no idea. I have not met anyone who uses them. I don't have enough information on them. So I really apologize. I wish I knew. But holy cow, Squiggy just threw out another huge super chat. Okay, well, yeah. Line, I hope that helps you out. I mean, I didn't really answer your question because I just don't have the information. I just don't know. So I don't want to comment on something I just don't have any personal experience with. So, all right. So another one from Squiggy. My left grip is rolling like a squeaky boy on a Jeez, dude. What's the best grip glue? Good Lord. IDP uses lockers. IDP grips use actual tensioned lockers. I've never glued them. I've never glued factory grips. I've never glued IDP grips. I never had to. Geez. I had Troy Lee grips, and when Troy Lee Design sponsored me when I was racing offshore, I never had to glue them either. The tensioned grips that, you take an Allen wrench and you tighten down and they lock on. I've never had a problem with them. I mean, you could try Gorilla Glue. You could try a lot of rubber sealant. That's going to be probably your best. But I've just never had to glue them. I'm sorry. I feel like that was a non-answer for a very expensive super chat. Henry writes, how is the new Superjet compared to the SXR 800? And my new Superjet will be here in 2 weeks. And what would be some good first mods that won't void my warranty? All mods will void your warranty depending on how big of a dick your dealer is. All right? I've seen dealers who don't give a rat's rear what you do with the ski. I've seen dealers that if you put a sticker on the ski, they piss their pants. Depends on your dealer. If you're gonna pussyfoot around your dealer and how they treat your warranty, You need to talk to them. You need to go to your service rep and go, hey, can I put a tune on this? Can I put a cold air kit on it? Can I put sponsons on it? Can I change the impeller? What are you cool with? And if the service writer's like, dude, we don't care, go have fun. Put a handle pull on it and put an airbox on it or a tune. I wouldn't change the airbox personally. I personally would not change the airbox. But I put a tune on it. And the best thing is that if you go and get a Riva map tuner, you can put it back to stock and they'll never know. Be a smarter criminal. I realize what I'm saying to people, and this is going to come back to bite me in the rear. But, hey, if you have to modify it, talk to your service rep, see what he says. And if he's a stick in the mud, figure out what stuff can I change easily that I can swap back before I drag my ski back to the dealer for whatever service I'm going to have them do. I don't really care about service. I would not buy the extended warranty because I know how to use a set of wrenches. So people ask me, oh, Kevin, what should I do? What would you get? What would you get? I'm like, none of it. I'm getting none. I don't like any of your decisions. I like my decisions. I'm not you. I mean, you're thank God you're not me. So yeah, anyway. All right. And in comparison, 2-stroke to 4-stroke is a different animal. There's weight, there's power to weight, there's rideability. I hate to tell you, dude, but if I had a choice between a brand new Superjet, which I really liked, and an SXR 800, I'd buy the SXR 800. I don't live in California. I don't live in New Jersey. I don't live in New York. I can own a 2-stroke without Parks Department coming at me and shooting me in the leg because I got a 2-stroke. All right. But yeah, I'd own an 800 tomorrow. I love the 800. In fact, I was literally, no joke, I was literally at church talking to a guy about the SXR 800 because we were talking about stand-ups. And I'm like, yeah, SXR 800. Still to this day, the best stand-up I've ever ridden in my life. To this day. But again, I'm not built like you. Taylor Curtis, who is a phenomenal stand-up rider. I'm a trash stand-up rider. Taylor Curtis swears that the round nose, old school 701 is the best stand-up ever made. So again, not everything is the same. So I hope that answers your question, Henry. And no, Alex, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You bought the wrong. I mean, FXHO, you're going to have to run premium. You're never going to be able to run 87. So, yeah. I have all these guys saying, hey, should I tune my FXHO? I'm like, you bought that ski for fuel mileage. You bought that ski for a purpose. All right? Squiggy, that means a whole heck of a lot. In fact, why don't you email me your mailing address and I'll send you a handful of stickers because that's a whole lot of super chats, buddy. Squiggy, that's a whole lot of super chats. So why don't you? I'll send you some stickers. I got a handful of stickers. All right, let's bring the stickers out. I didn't have a set of straps to give away tonight. I gave away. I sent a straps out. Oh, hey, I got to let you guys know before we get any further. I have to apologize because this was a surprise to me. I had someone come in and buy a few stickers out of Australia, and I go to the post office, and the post office looks at me crazy, and they're like, "We can't send these." I go, "You can't send an envelope with stickers?" And they go, "Not to Australia, we can't." I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they're like, "Oh, no, the United States Post Office isn't sending envelopes to Australia, nonetheless packages." I'm like, guys, it's 4 stickers. Just put a stamp on the damn thing. I'm not sending over an invasive species like bullfrogs or something. And they're like, no, we can't do it. So for our Australian friends you might be watching, I apologize. I'm refunding everyone from Australia who is ordering stickers or a jersey or whatever. We can't send it to you. Our post office is too busy spying on its people, on its American citizens, that we can't send anything to Australia. So my apologies, but that's what happens when Dark Brandon changes converts our republic into a galactic empire. If you guys did not get the Star Wars reference to Thursday night's speech. The attack on my life has left me scarred and disfigured, but it has not weakened my resolve. Yes, we sell stickers. We do sell stickers. They are on the Watercraft Journal store. Simply go to watercraftjournal.com/store or shop. Shop /shop. And you'll see our jerseys, our shirts, and our auxiliary fuel tank systems. And by the way, every time you buy a sticker, it's a twofer. You get, every time you buy 1, you're getting 2. Every time you buy 2, you get 4. Every time you buy 4, you get 8. I love to count. Okay. Had a super chat from the Adventure State. Never heard of them. I wonder if they have a YouTube channel. All right. Can't afford the squiggy type super chat, but just wanted to say nice shirt. By the way, thank you. By the way, update on the 2020 Ultra 310X exhaust filter actually disintegrated and fell into the water box. What are you doing? How are you trashing your skis? I never had that happen. Ever. In 5 years of racing ultras, I never had that happen. Guy, you just murder these things. Oh, that's funny. All right. Huh. Who knows the Sea-Doo fault code P0106? I don't know it off the top of my head. Who knows that fault code? I'm not going to look it up. Somebody tell me that fault code. And yeah, Strapinos. I do not sell Strapinos. Hell, they don't even advertise with the magazine. I did not take their money to produce a video. I simply did not invoice them. I have not produced the video. I might end up doing it during the winter. I saw that Ernesto did one. I saw that Avon girl did one. June did one. So they're just going around hitting anyone up who does jet skis. I've done a couple things already. They want me to promote the other one. I don't need the money. So, I mean, I like the product. I'll review the product. I'll do an article, but I don't think I'm going to take the money and do the video. I just don't really give a damn. So, the guys who need the money, let them take the money. I have no idea how I'm destroyed my skis. They told me the same thing. That's funny. All right. You guys want to talk about tonight's topic, or should we just answer questions? And if we have good movie trivia, we can do movie trivia. I'm bored. I didn't really plan tonight. I'm phoning it in. After Friday afternoon, I just checked out. I took a nap on Saturday after a soccer game. Worked on the cars, worked on the Charger, worked on the Fury. A good friend of mine who's been helping me out with one of the cars in his 67 Plymouth Belvedere 2 just got rear-ended by some jackwagon on his phone texting. Thank God Jim and his daughter are okay, but the car is pretty wadded up. So anyway, yeah, it's tough. All right, so let's get into it. If you've been paying attention to the channel for the last week, you can see that there was a theme. And the theme of the clips that we were sharing were pretty much a pushback against a lot of the bells and whistles and a lot of the fluff that is pretty common with skis today. I mean, I got guys in the comment section arguing with me, arguing with Cody and the other guys who answer questions for us, saying like, dude, that's the way it is. That's how it's always going to be. It's always good. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I tend to disagree. Although we're both right and we're both wrong. And it's a non-answer, I understand. But let me give you some examples. You know me, I'm a car guy. I think of examples in the automotive industry. Excuse me. I think of automotive first. This one's an outlier, but it ended up cascading and causing a lot of trends because of it. Was 1991, 1992, Dodge reveals a prototype Dodge Viper. And everyone's like, what the hell is this? The Dodge Viper, rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox, it's aluminum block, V10. Only made like 445 horse, or 435 was the first iteration. And then it bumped up and bumped up and bumped up and bumped up. And it kept bumping up until it was damn near 700 horsepower naturally aspirated. I think it was like 665 was the last one. It was naturally aspirated. And which is effectively what my Charger makes is 665 horse. I make 668 with 700 pound-feet of torque. But it's a rowdy-ass 440 that's actually a 535. They did it with a V10 with pistons this big around. So anyways, Dodge comes out in 92 with a Dodge Viper. All right. There are no side windows. There is no back glass. There is no roof except for a really bad canvas top that goes on, and it looks like a bad toupee on a high school driver's ed teacher. All right. This car has no air conditioning. It has nothing. It is so bare. All right. There's barely any sound deadening. There is no heat shielding. And you burn your legs every time you get in and out of the damn thing because of the side pipes. The car comes out, and it is such a monster popularity. And no radio. You're correct, Alex. It did not have a radio, which is even better. All right. That car had 3 pedals, a stick, and a wheel. And that was it. And they sold every one of them before the first year. They sold every one of them before they hit the dealer. Consequently, they made more. And they kept making more. And they kept making more. And then in 96, they made the hardtop GTS. And that first generation ran till about 99, 2000. And that car told the world, oh, that can be successful. And Dodge went, yeah, it can be successful. Because Dodge sold every one of them. They didn't sit on dealer lots for months. They didn't sit for weeks. They were gone within days of coming off the dealer lot or off the truck into the dealer. They did. I did enough research. I knew these cars from the very beginning. All right. Ever since I was a 15-year-old kid, I was like, whoa, what the hell is this? All right. That car came about for 2 reasons. Number one, 1990, Ford announced that the Ford Mustang, the last year of the and you Ford guys might know, Ford announced in 1990 that they were going to kill the rear-wheel drive Mustang, and it was going to be front-wheel drive. And every Ford Mustang owner went completely and totally apoplectic. They lost their collective minds. And besides, I mean, second only to having torches and pitchforks outside of the Dearborn, I mean, these guys damn near burned down Ford headquarters. The hate mail and the protests was astronomical. It was crazy. It was crazy. It really was. You Ford guys will all know this story. All right. To the point that there was no 99 or 91 Mustang. And they went, crap, what do we got to do? And they came out with the, what was it? The S196? Was that the name of the platform? The round melted Mustang? And it looked like it was melted. It looked like it was just kind of droopy. All right. Because I like the Fox bodies. Fox bodies are cool. But they said, crap, what do we do with this platform? And they made the Ford Probe, which is a phenomenal name. Phenomenally bad name, I should say. All right. So the new Mustang came out just a couple months after the Probe came out a year before. Yeah, it was about a year before. And the Probe was, in fact, supposed to be the new Mustang. It was. Look it up. I'm not making it up. So that was a very interesting little dip in the story of that. When Ford said, we're going front-wheel drive with the Mustang, performance guys said, crap, where do we go? And all the magazines, and this is before chat rooms, this is before the internet. It really is. So all these people were flipping out. Car clubs, all these guys were getting really antsy that there's no place for a rear-wheel drive, stick shift, big V8, big muscle car. What are we going to do? Well, Dodge had a good relationship with Carroll Shelby at this time. And because Shelby was doing a lot of their front-wheel drive Omnis and Shelby Daytonas and the GLHS and the GLH and all these things, which literally translates to goes like hell, GLH. And so anyways, all of that carried forward, and Dodge got real hip to the fact that a lot of people want a stripped down modern Cobra. They wanted a new Cobra coupe. And that's what the Viper was. Hell, Cobra, Viper. Get what I'm saying? Saying a little bit here. Yes. Yes, all through the 80s into the 90s, guys. Yeah. They all did. But then, you know, with the Mustang coming back and all that kind of stuff. So it did not have AC. It did not have a radio in its first year. In fact, the Viper got AC when they put a roof on it when it became a GTS. That was 96. So, excuse me. What that means is that multi-billion-dollar automakers pay attention to what people say. Why? Because they want to sell product. Kawasaki, Sea-Doo, and Yamaha. It had a button. There was a button on the C-pillar. It was a push button, and it was supposed to pop the door out enough that you could put your hand in and grab it. A guy in my church bought a black one. It was one of the first black ones. It was a 92. Burned his pant legs. Burned his suit pant legs. It was really funny. My dad was like, hey, his name was Gary Blackman. Gary Blackman. Wow. And he had a black one. Anyway, so getting back to it. That car exists because people asked for it. Guess what other car exists because people asked for it? You guys remember the Scion, Toyota, Subaru shared platform? Small coupe, rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox, straight four. There's a million different names like that. FC5 or FC6, or I can't remember all the different names, guys. You're going to have to correct me on that one. But Squiggy, what are you doing, buddy? Just look into the camera and tell him Kawasaki is the best. He's paying me $100 to say this. I think Squiggy is drunk. I really do. Yes, the BRZ and the FRS. Thank you, Jason. Or his kid has the MacBook. Ugh. Well, you should put the kibosh on, dude, because you're already 3 bills into this, and he made bank from Bitcoin. Yikes. I will tell you the Kawasaki Ultra is without a doubt the best rough water hull on the water today, without a doubt. All right. So, Subaru, Scion, and Toyota. Toyota owned Scion at the time. All right. Well, they still did, but they killed Scion. Those cars existed because of the tuner market. Those cars existed because of the drifting market. Those cars existed solely to appease the youth market. Scion, to the effect, if you guys remember when Scion came out, all right, with the XBs and the X, whatever the hell, all the other little cars that they had. Scion existed to appeal to first-time car buyers who were tuners, who were performance enthusiasts, who were going to modify their cars. All right. This was a massive 5-year undertaking that Toyota, one of the world's largest automotive builders, put into practice in building product. All right. Yes, the toaster oven. Yes, the toaster. A naturally aspirated boxer motor, short wheelbase, rear wheel drive. Bitchin' cars. They were bitchin' cars. All right. They really were. They still are. I mean, holy cow, look at them. And you look at it to the effect that Honda tried to make an S2000, made the S2000. And I mean, it's direct competitors. So, to my point, was automotive manufacturers look at what trends are and look what people want. All right. They want these things. They build these things to appeal to the marketplace. When Sea-Doo put out the Explorer Pro, they were reaching out to an audience, a vocal audience, who say, we ride during off-season where it's cold. We ride in areas that are cold and uncomfortable. And we go up rivers and through lakes and all these different areas that aren't Florida, that aren't the Colorado River, that aren't California, that aren't these touristy spots. We dress up warm. We dress up in dry suits. We bring all of our gear with us, and we're gone for 2 days. And that's what the Explorer was. The Explorer was a response to those people. The Fish Pro was precisely a response to a burgeoning market, a growing market of people who are, I want to fish for my jet ski. And I want a jet ski that's going to be stable, that I can stand both feet in the footwells, or that will have the GPS and have the dual battery system and have all these modifications. Think about everything that comes on a Fish Pro, especially the Trophy. Think of these things and realize the industry leader, Sea-Doo is the industry leader. That's not to say one is better than the other. That's just to say facts are facts, and Sea-Doo is the industry leader, both in sales, in product line, and innovation. They're the industry leader. They are. Okay? So, all that being said, consider the fact of the Fish Pro, or the Fish Pro Trophy. They are responding to market demand. They're directly responding to market demand. Dealers are going, man, they're talking to their dealer reps, and their dealer reps communicate to the manufacturer, and they go, boy, everyone in the Southeast, they're all going fishing with their jet skis. Boy, and people are putting GPS touchscreens on their skis, and they're putting coolers on it, and they're trying to plumb live well tanks. And boy, you should see all these guys who are modifying their skis. And Sea-Doo goes, huh, interesting. And then in 2015, I sit down with the brand manager of Sea-Doo, and I sit down with the head of product development with Sea-Doo at an open top restaurant here on Old Hickory Lake when they introduced the first 300 engines. So it was 2016. So it was fall of 2015 here in Nashville. I sit down. I got Jerry Gaddis sitting at one table with Tim McKercher, and we got Ronnie Mack from Pro Rider there, and we're all sitting around. And Rick Lake was there, but I'm sitting with the two guys from Sea-Doo, and they go, "What are we missing, Kevin?" I go, "Excuse me?" They go, "What are we missing?" I go, "I'll tell you what you're missing." They go, "What's that?" I go, "Make a fishing jet ski." And they go, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, make a fishing jet ski." And why is that? Well, you should look at what the Australians are doing. You should look at what the South Africans are doing. You should look at what the Hawaiians are doing. Oh, really? Oh. Well, who do you think we should talk to? I'm like, oh, there's a guy named Andrew down in New Zealand. You should talk to him. Oh, do you have his contact info? I'm like, no, because I don't really know him, but here's his YouTube channel. Go check him out. Okay. Hey, you should talk to this guy out in North Carolina. Oh, yeah? Yeah, Brian writes for me every now and again. Brian Lockwood. You should talk to him. Oh, okay. And we set him up with all these different people. Well, guess what? What was out in 2019? Fish Pro. They were feeling me out. Just so happens I was exactly on the right. I was over target. I was directly over Berlin. All right. Totally over target. So yeah, they do this on purpose. Thanks, Squiggy. That's very nice of you. So what are we talking about? You mentioned the Spark always sells out. Does Fish Pro also? Sparks don't always fish out. Wow. That was a sentence out of my mouth. Sparks don't always sell out. And I've seen Fish Pros sit at dealers. The trophies have all, but they all fish out. I don't know. I think I had a stroke. But trophies typically sell out. I haven't seen trophies sit around. And I've seen like some weird combinations because the dealer orders it. And sometimes the dealer orders a combination that's just weird. All right. And I've seen Sparks sit because sometimes they buy too many Sparks. The tricks do sell. The tricks all vanish, which still blows my mind. But all the tricks vanish. And the trophies disappear pretty quickly. So moving on. So the real conversation has to be with Sea-Doo if you want to change the industry. Because I already gave this long diatribe about the Spark. The Spark was direct response to customer demand. It was. The Spark was direct response to customer demand. Because customer demand said, I am tired of the bells and whistles. I am tired of the weight. I am tired of how heavy it is. I'm tired of it being everything being a 3-seater. I want a 1-seater that's lightweight, that doesn't cost a lot of money, that's just fun to rail slide and rip around. And they came out, and said, okay, here's a 90 horsepower, lightweight, plastic. I mean, I know they call it a 2-seater, but come on, people. It's a 1-seater. And, it started off at $5,000. Now that's 19. Ooh, that's 2014 prices. And we are now in 2023 prices. And our dollar has decreased in value by 45%. So, yeah. It's going to be more money. It's going to be $7,500 or $8,000. So the Spark, I'll tell you how important the Spark was. Not only did the Spark account for personally, it single-handedly accounted for radically changing the buying demographic of personal watercraft. It radically changed it. Like Jerry Gaddis and I were watching these numbers, and we were like, I don't get it. I don't get it. First-time buyers before the Spark was something like 25%, maybe closer to 30. It was small. It was 25, 30%. It was a minority. Do you know that first-time buyers now are 58%? It's 58% first-time buyers. That's crazy. And that's predominantly because of the Spark. All right? Or at least with the Spark kicked open the door. All right? Now, funny thing about it, look what happened to the rest of the industry. Spark comes out, dominates for 5 years. So what does Yamaha do? Yamaha makes an EX. All right? Yamaha's EX, we're going to be a more mature option. We're going to be a little bit, more of a permanent option. We're a higher class option. Okay, fine, cool. You do what you want. Okay. EX comes out. EX offers Squiggy, buddy, you're killing me. I mean, you're invited back every Sunday session, but good heavens, it's not even a question. Squiggy's going to buy himself a lap dance from Kevin if he keeps doing this. Holy crap. Dude. Okay, well, is this a question? All right, let me look. Wife said this is her Bitcoin money and to just tell her what ski to buy without knowing anything about her. She doesn't like to go fast. Money isn't real when you have a Cowie 310X, except she's a 52-year-old girl. I'm split between an FX HO. You get the Cruiser because you're short. She's short. FX Cruiser HO, great gas mileage, reliable, great gas mileage, great storage, awesome glove box, uncomplicated ski. So FX HO Cruiser would be a good option. If she doesn't want something so big, I would go with a GTI SE 170. GTI SE 170, very comfortable, great storage, great ergonomics, great balance. SE comes with a swim step. SE comes with a sound system. Gosh. And if you do get the GTI SE 170, get the underhood storage pouch. It's like $100. There's zero drilling. It's already pre-drilled. You put the 4 screws in it. It goes right on. No, GTI SE does not bow hunt like the GTX. Absolutely not. No, Jason is incorrect. The GTI hull, the Polytech 2 hull, does not bow hunt. It's actually decent in rough water. It's decent. I've gone full pin. Yeah, I've gone full pin on a GTI 170 in 3 foot, and it tracked very nice. The plastic does flex, and it does feel like you're going to hurt it. No. GTI. I don't know sign language. Whatever. GTI, not the X, the I. It's the smaller one. GTX bow hunts like a monster. You would never hear me recommend it. GTI, yes. So GTI SE 170. I as an I. Okay. All right. So everyone wants to know, well, how do I tell Sea-Doo? Who do I call at Sea-Doo to yell at them to build something? You're not gonna. You're funny. Squiggy's getting a private audience. This is hilarious. This guy's killing me. So, and my condolences about the jet ski. I hate hearing that your ski is down. So how do you influence Sea-Doo to build something? How do you tell them build something? All right. First and foremost, direct communication is best through the questionnaires. It's done directly through dealerships. They sometimes email you a questionnaire. Sometimes you can literally just write it in. You can leave a comment on social media. Instagram and Facebook, they pay attention to Instagram most. Facebook, yes, but Instagram more. Their YouTube channel, you can leave comments. If you guys want to comment bomb Sea-Doo and say, where the hell is a 130 horsepower Spark X? I mean, I'm talking carpet bomb them. You know, I mean, we're talking firebomb over Tokyo 1944. You could really, really get someone's attention. All right. And it has to be not just a one-shot deal. This has to be constant pestering. It does. It takes an effort. All right. You want to know how liberal progressives are taking over everything? It's because the devil doesn't sleep. You want something, you have to be, the Grand Canyon was carved with using a river. you gotta be consistent, and you need to erode them away. Okay. So if you guys say, hey, listen, it has to be within some practical means, guys. They're not going to build a 300 horsepower Spark. But if you want a Spark X, you got to go to the social media channels. You got to fill out the questionnaire forms. You got to tell the dealers. You got to scream at the dealers going, you tell the freaking dealer rep. You tell the OE rep that I want a 130 horsepower Spark X. It's the only damn thing I want. I don't want storage. I don't want heated hand grips. I don't want a windshield. I don't want a backrest. I don't want a swim step. I don't want, a live well for fishing. I don't want any of this crap. I want a go trigger, maybe a brake, and I want 110 or 130 horse, 150 horse, whatever. And you carpet bomb them. You absolutely carpet bomb them. Guys, it's not hard. It's not hard. All right. Do you realize this is actually something really funny? Okay. What was it? 4 years ago? That movie studio puts out a live Sonic the Hedgehog movie for kids. It's a kids movie. All right. I got kids. I took them to go see it. It was a silly movie. It was fun. Okay. Jim Carrey's in it. He was actually really funny in it, which Jim Carrey hasn't been funny in a long time, and he was funny in it. But that preview comes out. The movie trailer comes out. All right. And it comes out with like 4 months left before the movie goes live. And the CGI that they did, the CGI design for Sonic the Hedgehog looked like it was nightmare fuel. It looked terrible. It was horrific. And all the YouTube channel, everyone downvoted the preview on the YouTube channel. All the comment section on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram went completely berserk, and everyone screamed and yelled and said, I'm never going to see this movie. I'm going to tell every person on the planet not to see this movie. This movie looks like trash because you guys don't know what Sonic the Hedgehog looks like. So what did they do? What is it? Paramount? I guess Paramount Pictures. Paramount Pictures completely and totally went berserk. I'll never give Kevin another dime because of that comment. What comment? Which comment rubbed you the wrong way, Squiggy? Anyway, they completely and totally redesigned. They went through every bit of CGI and redesigned the stupid hedgehog for the movie just to appease a bunch of 40-year-old guys who grew up with the Sega Genesis. It worked. They got what they wanted, and they did it within 4 months. And guess what? The movie did really well. And they made a sequel, and it did pretty damn good. Uh-oh. Is Squiggy a progressive? Squiggy is a Dark Brandon supporter? Oh, okay. Hey, yo, Mikey. I still love that name. I still love it. Name. So anyways, you guys want to see a high horsepower Spark. Here's the funny thing about it, guys. Understand me. Let's pretend Sea-Doo comes out with a 150 horsepower Spark X for 2024. Redesigned. It's got the big motor in it, or it's got the little motor in it with a turbo, and they were lying to me. Okay, fine. They were lying to me. Big deal. Kevin reported a lie. Woo! Not the first time. I'm a useful idiot. They tell me information. I put it out there. They gauge the response. And make a decision from there. That's how it works. Congratulations. But let's pretend that Sea-Doo makes 150 horsepower Spark. Let's just for shits and giggles. Let's pretend Sea-Doo comes out with a 150 horsepower Spark. The damn thing goes 60 miles an hour out of the box. All right? How many of you psychopaths would go out there and buy a 150 horsepower Spark? Honestly. Political. Oh. Squiggy's a Brandon supporter. All right. Anyways, so a bunch of you guys will freaking jump on it. All right. Yeah, it's going to be 10 grand. It'll probably be 10 grand. They're going to charge you through the nose because they know you want it. Ooh, they know you want it bad. But you're going to buy it. 10 grand, 60 horsepower Spark, 150 horse. Bunch of people jump out and get it. They'd sell every one of them. I guarantee you they sell every one of them. They'd outsell the tricks. 12 grand out without the dashboard or ECU. Come on. Chill out. So anyways, what do you think Yamaha would do 2 years later? Come on. We all know it. What would Yamaha do? What's Yamaha going to do? Hey, everyone, Billy's here. Woo, Billy! Sorry, it's the first time I've given a big, loud yell for Billy, so let's do it for Billy. Right? They come swinging. Yamaha would come swinging out. They can't fit they can't shove the big engine in it. All right? But 130 horsepower TR1 motor? Okay. 145 horsepower TR1 motor? Okay. You know they would. You know Yamaha would. Because what's going to happen? Well, and this is what happens with every time Sea-Doo does something. All right? Every time Sea-Doo does something wonky and, totally out of left field, I'm waiting for Yamaha to say, we have windshields too. Buy our windshield. I'm waiting for it. Because Sea-Doo always sticks their neck out. Sometimes they win. Sometimes they lose. Sometimes they break even. You got to know when to call them. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to run. Anyway, so that was random. See who gets that one. Let's see how many graybeards get that reference. So what happens is that Yamaha is going to sit there and go, crap, we got to respond. We got to respond fast. And they're going to come out with some high horsepower EX. The EXR might come back. Who knows? I don't care. Attaboy, Steve. Attaboy, Steve. Mikey came through first. Oh, no, Tracy got it first. Okay. Anyways. All right. So, Kenny Rogers, poor guy. Worst thing he ever did was get that stupid facelift. Oh, God, he looked like a Florsheim shoe. Hi, everyone. I'm permanently surprised. Terrible. Poor guy. So, anyways, That's the big kicker. The big kicker is if there is enough demand, if there's enough noise, Sea-Doo's going to respond. And if Sea-Doo responds and builds the unit and the market responds to that unit, Yamaha is going to return in kind. That's what they do. Okay. Yamaha is going to go, oh, crap, we got to do something. All right. Now, Yamaha does not have the policy in place to make dedicated machines. They don't. All right. Everyone's like, where's Yamaha's Fish Pro? They came out with it. It's called the Jetfish, and it's a package. Actually, there's 2 layers or 2 tiers of the package. There's not a dedicated Jetfish. They think that's a better option because, like, you can have an FX HO, you could have a FX Limited SVHO with a Jetfish package. It doesn't matter. And if you got 2 different FXs, you can swippity swap. All right. Or now you can get the VX with the rec deck and put your Jetfish on that, which effectively gives them a Fish Pro Scout. So again, hell, you can make a GP into a Jetfish if you want. So they feel that they have a little bit more of an advantage. It's just that it's not branded as well as the Fish Pro. Does that make sense? So again, I go back to 30 seconds of Gollum and Smeagol. That's for $2. Squiggy, dude. I think Squiggy's hotboxing a van somewhere with freaking Cheech and Chong and just got his credit card ready to roll. I don't know what's going on with that. You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you. All right. I can't do 30 seconds of Gollum. My voice is still screwed up. Henry writes, it has nothing to do with skis, but have you ever heard of the Antonov AN225? My birthday is on Tuesday. Thanks in advance for a birthday wish. Well, happy birthday, Henry. Everyone's got to say happy birthday to Henry. Let me get a drink of water. Happy birthday, Henry. Cheers, buddy. All right. And I know there was another super chat. I got to go back to you because I feel bad that I think I skipped over it. No, that's Squiggy. Question. Jay writes, my 2021 RXPX error message, IBR false. 30 hours. I turn off and restart. It works fine. And after a while, errors again. Any known remedies? Believe it or not, I actually had that fault on a RXPX as well. It might just be something hanging up on that IBR. And I stupidly, the first time that happened was my fault. And it was because I had it on the trailer, had a tow strap on the back. And the way that the tow strap came over that eyelet that's right above the IBR was actually holding, it actually gave some resistance to the IBR bucket. And that's what pissed it off, was the first time I did that. Don't know if that was your instance. It sometimes is just a positioning sensor. So if it's persistent and it's not operating, then I suggest getting you to a dealership to make sure that the IBR motor is indexing and working right. And there is a sensor that might need to be replaced. I hope that helps out, Jay. All right. So, see his reaction to the plane. Is it an airplane that you're asking about? The Antonov AN? All right. Let's Google it. See what I find. Antonov AN225 Myra. Is that how you pronounce it? Myra? Woo! Oh. Boy, that's a big old bird. My goodness. See, I thought the space shuttles were carried on 747s during the early 80s. Boy, look at the cargo on that thing. My goodness, she is a monster. How the hell did you get off the ground? That is a big old freaking bird. Okay. All right. Yeah. I went and checked it out. Neat plane. That's a neat plane. All right. Was that the Russian space shuttle? Get out of town. I saw it in Baltimore. Could taxi my little into the cargo bay if I wanted. That's funny. Wow. Could only land at certain airports in the U.S. My goodness. So okay, let's get back. Let's get back to the topic at hand. We're already an hour into this, and I thought I was going to be done by now. Destroyed in the Ukraine. Ooh. It was the largest plane. Okay. Shoot. No, sorry. Don't apologize. You're fine. So I'm kind of all ADD right now. It's like, oh, squirrel, you know. So right now, the loudest voice or the loudest voices that the manufacturers are hearing are new owners who, quite frankly, don't want the experience of riding. They don't want to get wet. They don't want to feel the wind on their face. They don't want the wind noise. They want to be connected to their phone because they think they want that. Here's a nice fact. People are, for the most part, incredibly stupid. They really are. Most people are incredibly stupid. And they're okay being told what to think and what to do. If you don't believe me, I will open up a lot of my questions and what I get from email or getting emails. Because good Lord, we get some stupid people asking some really stupid questions. And is that mean and condescending? And oh my gosh, Kevin, you should love all your readers and you should be grateful for them. Yeah, I know I should. I should be more grateful for it. I'm just not. I just sit there and go, oh, good Lord. Not only do you have the income in order to buy a new jet ski, but you have something to tow with it. And that means that you actually have a driver's license and I have to share the road with you. Some of these questions, I cannot believe these people can get dressed in the morning. Just wow. So, anyways, moving on. Give us an example. I don't really want to bash our reviewers and readers. I don't want to do it. I already am being a total pedantic dick right now, so I just don't feel like I should carry on anymore. I know that Yamaha reads the comments of all the things. They read the comments in the YouTube channel, but they won't read the articles or the newsletters that we publish in the magazine. Figure that one out. And they got mad about me making comments. They got really mad that I was like, dude, the Jet Blaster is the EXR, except that it does wheelies. And they got really mad about it. And I was like, but am I wrong? So anyway. Kevin should do a dry suit, shoes, and gloves video. I reviewed 2 dry suits. That was enough. I did the Hobie one, and I did, was it Body Glove? Who was the other one I got? They were fine. I've done boots, done gloves. The articles. I'll do them in articles. I'm not going to waste my time on a video. That's why I do articles. Guys, Again, you're getting 30% of the magazine if you're just tuning into the videos. Learn to read and go read an article. I know you can do it. I have faith in you that you can read. Give it the old middle school try. So anyways, a lot of the people who are saying, I want to make phone calls from my phone, and I want the dashboard to tell me if I got a text message, and I want to be able to read my emails from my phone on the screen, and I want a sound system that can play my cha-cha-cha music while I sit on the sandbar in Tampa, and I want this, and I want that, and I want this. And the dealers are going to go, hey, Yamaha, hey, Cowie, hey, Sea-Doo, this is what we hear from everyone. And they go, oh, well, okay, we better put sound systems on everything. And they do. And they put sound systems on everything. And they go, oh, they want power assisted steering. And they want heated seats. And they want blankety, blankety, blank. And it's because the squeaky wheel is getting the grease. And the problem is that we, you, me, I'm included in this, are not being squeaky enough. If you want something enough, make some damn noise. All right? It's not hard. You have to understand how malleable these guys are. They are soft and squishy. They will go whichever way the wind blows hardest. It's not hard. Do you understand why Yamaha went to an SMC fiberglass hull last year for the FX? Because of response. Because enough people were squeaking. Enough people were mad. This isn't tough. I'm not revealing government secrets here. All right? It's nothing hard. So yeah, I'm telling you guys, if there's something that, okay, perfect example. 2017, Yamaha phases out the FZR or the FZ platform because it's 9 years. They know it's time to go. All right. They also had developed a platform that, if they went through another recession, was going to be the universal platform for all watercraft. That was the FX/GP hull. That hull was meant to replace them all. One ring to rule them all. And in the darkness bind them. Second Lord of the Rings reference. All right. So that hull was meant to do everything. It was meant to be sporty and thumb throttle. No one should ever have thumb throttles. Thumb throttles are burning trash. It's terrible. Terrible idea. If you're doing an impression of was it Carl Malone? Terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. It wasn't Charles Barkley. It was Carl Malone. Yeah, that Jimmy Kimmel would do on the Man Show. He would do blackface and do Carl Malone. It was terrible. Anyway, so all that being said, GP comes out. GP, they fought to keep GP stripped. They wanted GP 1800 to stay the GP 1800. No sound, no special dash. It was going to have brakes. It was going to have brakes. But the VXR was meant to be separate. And it was the GP and the VXR. Why they killed the VXR name still bothers the hell out of me. The VXR, year after year, was a fantastic ski. VXR, year after year, totally consistent seller. Then they had to make it GP 1800, R, HO, and SVHO. You completely killed the VXR. They killed the name, and they killed the legacy of it. They shouldn't have done that. They should have kept it GP 1800R and VXR. But the problem was that the dealers were too stupid and they didn't know how to sell the VXR. They only knew how to sell the GP. And people would walk in and go, I want the GP. You're like, no, you don't. You want the VXR. But I want the GP. You're like, you don't want the GP. You want the VXR. I'm telling you, no one, you shouldn't be trusted with a foam pool noodle, nonetheless a supercharged GP 1800R. But I want the GP. No, stop it. All right. And that was the problem. Was dealers simply did not know how to sell the VXR. People who knew what the VXR was ran to the VXR. And the VXR always had the better color combinations, which I thought was hilarious. But nevertheless, Yamaha was trying to keep the GP a very select, very unique machine. And they sold every one of those damn things. 2017, 18, 19, 20. When they go to the redesign 22 or 21, excuse me, when they go to the redesign, they get sound. And everyone goes, oh, now I can get a sound system on my, because people were asking for sound systems in 2018, 19, and 20 because they weren't writing GPs the way it was meant to be written. They were writing their GPs like they would write a VX Cruiser with a TR1 engine. They just fart around. There's a guy in Mudbug who's literally he's kitted out a 2018 GP 1800. I mean, and he tows it with a Bullet Mustang. Hey, cool. I won't be the one. I can't tell you what to love and what not to love. But boy, that made me scratch my head. I was like, boy, you sure like to buy racehorses and saddle them with plows, don't you? Anyway. Oh, Squiggy, you're out of your mind. All right. So, my point in all of this is that if you guys are sincere about wanting, name it. Name it. You got to be a squeaky wheel. For example, I believe Kawasaki needs 2 tiers of the naturally aspirated Ultra. They're going to change the name. They're changing it to LS or LC or something to that effect. It's not going to be LX. It's going to be something LC. Let's pretend it's LC. All right. Larry Charlie. All right. Let's say that the Ultra naturally aspirated LC is coming out 2024 because it's not happening for 23. They pushed it back. They have to. All right. So 2024, let's pretend the Ultra LC is coming out. Problem is that it doesn't have anything. It's going to be totally stripped. It's not going to have sound. It's not going to have 2 speakers or 4 speakers or the air diffuser or the backup camera or the extension or any of that jazz. It's going to be a rental unit. It's going to be stripped down. And Kawasaki think, that's fine. That's all people need. Ding! We did that. That's good. And at no point is someone inside of Kawasaki going, hey, I'm curious. Why would Sea-Doo make a naturally aspirated Explorer Pro that has everything they offer? It's a conundrum. They literally, that it never enters their brains. It doesn't go in. It just bounces off. I don't know. I don't know. I have harassed the guys at Cowie about this. I've harassed them. Besides sending like boxes with dog poop in them, I don't know what else. I don't understand it. They just don't figure out that maybe there's people who don't want a supercharged engine, but they want all the bells and whistles and all the crap that Kevin doesn't like. But who knows? Yamaha sells every FX HO they build. They're going to sell every Explorer Pro. Every Fish Pro is naturally aspirated. The GTX 170, naturally aspirated. But Cowie's like, nope. All the good stuff's got to go on the supercharged skates. Can't figure it out. I can't. Why someone, well, they call me. I talk to them probably every 2 weeks. So I talk to Cowie. They just don't think, they think I'm crazy. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But yeah, no clue. I got no clue for that one. But if there was enough people screaming at the top of their lungs, hey, Cowie, here's an idea. Bass Ultra LC comes with 2 speakers, and then the LCX, 4 speakers, backup camera, rear deck, naturally aspirated. Doesn't cost you anything. You have all the parts, maybe painted a different color. But what the hell? Why don't you do it? And they'll go, do you think there's a market for it? And we're like, yeah, McFly, we've been thinking about it we've been screaming about it for a while. Oh, okay. And that's the problem. They don't know because there isn't a bunch of people screaming at them loud enough. Okay. So there's that. We got a couple super chats I got to grab. So let's do that one. Steve FX writes, question, do you know why Yamaha pumps cavitate? The Yamaha pump is actually a very efficient pump. Stator is a very strong stator. It's a true 160 millimeter pump because it finally changed the transom plate. Most people have found the greatest changes need to be first impeller pitch and tune. Because what's happening is Yamaha's tune is giving that engine all the onions right out of the gate. Yamaha's tune is just giving it a full punch in the mouth right out. You grab throttle, it just goes ha and nails. All right. Launch control should have had an effect on the actual on the timing curve. It should have. It doesn't. Because true launch control, like with the motorcycles, actually registers. It registers if a dirt bike is spinning. It registers that the ski is spinning its tires, but it's not moving. So it actually eases back and goes, okay, we got a Kawasaki's launch control on their dirt bikes, Yamaha's launch control on their dirt bikes. Same story. For Watercraft, they just lower the trim. Just goes, okay, that's launch control. That's a lazy answer. That's a lazy answer to the problem. So you find a lot of times that the guys who are doing really well with launching Yamaha out of the hole, the initial pitch of the outside edge or leading edge has to be tweaked and tweak a little bit with the tune, and that's going to be the big thing. All right. But the big catch is that the Yamaha is just taking full punch of the throttle right out of the gate. And so it's spinning its tires. It's doing a burnout. That's your cavitation. Cavitation is a burnout. Hope that answers your question. All right. Greg writes, what intake grate for chop is available for the 2022 300 Sea-Doos? How much top end will you lose to be hooked up? I would lose. I would rather be hooked up and be better planted than have top speed. Now, I know this guy's going 86 on those on the ST3 hulls, and I could care less about going 86 on glass as opposed to always having the pump engaged in chop, personally. Because I encounter more chop than I do glass. I encounter more wakes from other boats than unmolested glass. I ride with groups, and I'll tell you what, the ST3 hull in a group of 5 people is unnavigationable. It's unpredictable. It wanders. It gets pushed out of shape. It rolls outside of the leading edge of the fantail, and it goes all over the damn place. And you're like, dude, I can't take this. I can't. All right. So Riva Racing has an intake grate for the ST3 pump, ST3 hull. It's not the race one. There is a race one that they give to some racers. For whatever reason, they do not sell it. Actually, I know the reason, and I've talked about it before. The reason is it scrubs 2 miles an hour, 2 to 3 miles an hour off the top end. But here's the difference. You're out in the ocean, you ain't going 86. You're not on glass. You need to keep that damn thing consistent and not popping out of the water. So the intake rate is what's going to make that big difference. You get the blades down to 4 or 5, and you have that big gnarly snow shovel intake rate. And yeah, I'm going 81, 82, but I'm consistent. I'm not surging. There's a difference, and it's important that you know the difference. The race grate that Riva doesn't sell because it scrubs 2 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour off the top end is the intake rate that I would buy tomorrow for that GTX outside. Okay? It would be. Hands down. I wouldn't waste any time. I would get the race grate. Here's the thing. You want to get Riva to sell that damn thing? You scream at them. Give me the damn one that the racers are using. I don't care that I lose 3 miles an hour. I want to stay hooked up because I ride in rough water. Give me that one. Oh, we don't know what you're talking about, Joe Blow. Joe Blow, you're crazy. Yes, there is one. The racers have one. Some racers do. Some don't. But there is an intake rate that they have that's not sold to the general public that will glue you to the ceiling. If people want it, you got to scream at them. You got to scream at them. You got to be a squeaky wheel. All right? Sadly, that's the way it goes. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. All right? I love that one comedian who would make the joke about he would see advertisements for De Beers diamonds. And he's like, I don't know why they just don't be honest and say diamonds. That'll shut her up. I thought that was really funny. So anyway, be a squeaky wheel. Be a squeaky wheel. All right. If Cowie is truly going to do the H2, they already have. They have been for years. That one confuses me. It would be kind of neat, but is there really a market for it? I presume you're talking about the X2. No, there really is no market for it except for a bunch of guys in their 40s and 50s who remember the original X2 and they want to hang around Lake Havasu and think they're cool again. That's it. So, Squiggy, you're killing me, dude. Yeah, Squiggy's away from. Let's see here, Squiggy. You're only 7 more super chats away from getting a free jersey. I'll give you a free jersey if you do 7 more of those things. I need an even grand. I'm teasing. Please, I'm teasing. 10,000. No. It's got to be broken up, buddy. Come on. You got to work the system. All right. Will a Riva intake grate for the GP 1800 help with cavitation on the line? The top loader intake grate, if you're from a standstill, not really. The intake grate really is for pump engagement in turbulent water. I mean, yeah, it'll work to fully load the pump, but your initial cavitation is really going to be it's going to be what I told you. It's going to be the initial tune and the impeller pitch. That's really it. Chad writes, question: how do you think this cyber attack on BRP is going? Okay, let me try that again. Reading is fundamental. All right. Chad writes, how do you think the cyber attack on BRP is going to affect their sales and trust in the brand? Not at all. I don't think it's going to affect them at all. The cyber attack was just someone screwing around. It shut down a couple of their things. I mean, hell, I'll tell you what. It happened right after the release of the 23s. I was supposed to have a live chat with James Hines and the brand management for Sea-Doo. and they sent an email out in the morning going, "Hey, listen, we're encountering the cyber attack. We're gonna have to cancel it." And I go, "Okay, no problem." And they're like, "If you have any other questions, let us know." I'm like, "No, I know everything about this." And like, "Okay, great." And that was the end of it. I know it affected a little bit of the dealer network and affected a little bit of their ability to start processing orders. They had contingencies. They had good contingencies. So I really don't think it's gonna be that big of an effect. If anything, it might have slowed down some initial orders. But again, I'm not sweating it. I'm really not. And to be honest, everyone I've talked to at Sea-Doo is kind of like, it's a pain in the ass, but it's not a deal breaker. We'll be fine. So, oh, your wife's fine. I'll happily take your distraction, Squiggy. And plus, my heart's not into tonight's. I mean, the topic, I didn't have a lot prepared. I was just going to be like, squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's it. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Oh, we're already an hour and a half into this? Okay, I'm done. Holy crap. It's been an hour and a half. Unless there's any other super chats, I don't think I'm going to hang out any longer. I can't believe I'm already an hour and a half into this. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Yamaha cavitation is really because the curve is so aggressive out of the gate and the impeller is pitched for top speed, not for initial launch. So all the guys who race and all the guys who get any sort of real performance numbers, you'll see them massage the impeller. And there is a lot of people sharing information in regards to the best tune paired with an impeller pitch. And it depends on your combination. But you really want to start digging into what your application is going to be, how modified your ski is, and effectively changing the impeller and changing your tune. And that's really going to get you out of the gate. That's really the biggest thing. All right, guys. I think I'm out. It's an hour and a half. I usually only do an hour and a half. I was thinking I was only going to do an hour, but I ended up talking about cars for a little bit longer than I wanted to. Squiggy, thank you very much. And to everyone who was a Super Chat supporter, yeah, that really means a lot. Your support keeps the wheels greased. Thankfully, weather says it's supposed to rain all this week, so I'm probably not going to be on the water, which thank you, Squigs. I'm probably not going to be on the water, which also means I'm probably not going to be doing the filming of the shootout between the Ultra LX and the GTX Limited this week. Oh, we got one. We got a super chat. I'm going to have to sit and answer this for Mikey. But what the rain delay means, which is good, is that I'll finally be forced to write the scripts, at least 2 scripts this week, and record those for upcoming video. And I know that we talked about what videos we want. So we'll have some upcoming videos, because the upcoming videos are 2022 GTX Unlimited 300 review, the review of the Explorer Pro 170, the Explorer, or the review of the RXPX Apex 300, and the Ultra 310 LXS, and which that one's probably going to be the first script I write, because that one is the most complete. And then it'll be the GTX. I know that's not the order everyone voted for, but quite frankly, I just wanted people to vote and to make comments and get the conversation going. The shootout will probably be the last one. It will not be first. I just haven't filmed it yet. So anyways, plus the Sea-Doo Apex, freaking just the video we shared went bananas. So I'm going to try to expedite that one. Sea-Doo always gets expedited because, quite frankly, more people are searching for Sea-Doo. And so YouTube likes, the YouTube algorithm likes that I have Sea-Doo content. They put it out there. Hey, guys, can we get the likes up? Let's get the likes over, I don't know, 50. Let's say 50, 55, 60, 65. Do I hear 70, 70, 75? Okay. AO Mikey writes, question, how does the new FX SVHO with fiberglass handling compared to the Nano XL 2 version? Thinking of keeping my 2001 to race with it. I think you should keep it. The handling differences are really negligible. Most people will not know the differences between the two. What you will feel, boy. All right. Either I've been in the South too long or I have a brain aneurysm. What you will feel if you do line up the two of them side to side is that you will feel a little bit more insulation, a lot less chatter, a lot less noise and vibration. The Nano XL2 hull chattered and felt a lot of vibration up through the footwells and through the handlebars. The SMC fiberglass hull absorbs that better. It displaces that impact a lot better. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you again, guys. We are done. It's already an hour 36. So we are donezo for tonight. Guys, please subscribe to the Watercraft Journal newsletter. You want the newsletter. You want it. You need it. It is the only thing that will make you happy. All right. Thank you again, guys. We will sign out and we'll talk to you soon.